All right, it seems this administration will never learn its lesson. Tomorrow, Michelle Obama is set to host an evening of poetry and will welcome a slew of poets, musicians, students from all across the country to the White House. Among them is a controversial rapper and poet, Lonnie Rashid Lynn Jr., better known as Common. Now, he's a staunch supporter of the president and has a running list of controversial comments. 2007, during an HBO's Def Poetry appearance, Common called for the burning of President George W. Bush. Now, the poem reads, now, I'm not the best at this. Burn a bush 'cause for peace, he no push, no button, killing over oil and grease, no weapons of mass destruction. How can we follow a leader when this is a corrupt one? Common, not surprisingly, is also associated with Obama's pastor of more than 20 years, the Reverend Jeremiah Wright. Look at this video, Common performing at Trinity United Church of Christ on New Year's Eve, 2007.
And we gon' make it right for the people out there. And I can let you know, don't nobody want drama. We gon' vote for my man, what's his name? Obama, 2008. We gon' take him straight to president. I'm letting you know he's a Trinity resident. Yeah, it's like that, we won't be hesitant. Revolution is here, we coming clear.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised he landed himself a White House invite. Now, earlier today, former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin also weighed in on the controversy. She wrote on Twitter, "Oh, lovely, White House." But the rapper himself, he doesn't seem to be fazed. In response, he tweeted, "So apparently Sarah Palin and Fox News doesn't like me. It baffles me that this is the person the White House chooses to set as an example for our kids." Now, Fox News has reached out to the First Lady's office for a comment. We are still waiting to hear back. Joining me now with reaction are Bucknell University professor Dr. James Peterson and Sirius XM radio host David Webb. Guys, welcome back to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Is this appropriate? He talks about killing cops, and I can bring up a whole slew of other things. N-word. I don't like the way he talks about women. Is this the guy, poet, we ought to be inviting to the White House, the People's House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
Certainly we shouldn't be censoring our poets. I mean, this is America.
Should he be in the White House? Big difference.
Shouldn't be in the White House. Look, the president said, Sean, words have power, and I agree with him. We're talking about an image for our children. This latest one that he did, the Def Poet Jam, is 2007. This is a guy who says in his IMDb profile that he's going to reform himself from his days of smoking marijuana, alcohol, and fornication. And I understand that he grew up with that in the Chicago-style rap, that ghetto rap. I got all that. But the White House has to be concerned about image, any president, no matter what. And you shouldn't be sending this down to the kids. Plus, let's look at hypocrisy. Where would the media be if we replace the words "burn a bush 'cause for peace, he has no push, no button"?
You're not better than me, by the way.
Yeah,
you're not better than me here. Come on.
Just a little bit of context.
But if he replaced that with Obama,
yeah,
and he said that, this would be front page news. Sharpton would be leading a march.
Absolutely.
It's the hypocrisy that gets me about
you guys. I've seen this all over the internet all day long. But listen, let's just give it a little bit of context. The Def Poetry Jam appearance is not one of Common's songs. It's a poem that he actually wrote. And actually,
it's still his words, though.
Please, let me just finish here. The burning bush is actually an allusion to the burning bush in the Bible. It's a lot more weighty and a lot more sophisticated and subtle than what you guys give it credit for. Let me give you the.
Wait a minute. Wait, stop. Because it says just before that, he's no weapons of mass destruction. How do you get to the burning bush?
I'm not saying that it's not a critique of President Bush. It is, but it's much more complex than him just saying burn bush. Listen, he's a poet. Listen, let me finish. He is a poet. He has a right to figure and be creative, and he's doing so in this particular line.
Let me simplify it for you. The lines before burn a bush. Seen a fiend being hung. What with that happening? Why messing with Saddam? This is not about the burning bush in the Bible. This is a guy who grew up in Jeremiah Wright's church.
And by the way, if he's been going there most of his childhood, killing over oil and grease is the line that follows. Right. So again, you know what this is about.
Listen, a poet, like any other American citizen, has a right to have a point of view and an opinion. We do not want to censor that, nor do we want to say that because a poet has an opinion that's different from ours, or that's critical of the presidency, that he should not be allowed to celebrate American poetry. Most of our American poets have been extremely controversial. That does not mean that they need to be discounted from.
He's talking about popping